Hey, yo. First and foremost, call Allah Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well over the flock, and shalom and salutation to you brothers out here pushing words of truth and sincerity. I don't know if y'all seen this video, but I had a dream last night, just waking up from it. Let's say about, I don't know, less than an hour ago. And I'm going to get into what that dream was. And I saw this earlier. If you didn't watch the whole thing, it's all good. Kanye showed up on Timcast yesterday, and then he spoke again about this situation with this trainer who he had, who was an agent in a spy it was a psyop, and he speaks about handlers, man. Let's grab this clip right here.
Talk about you can't say that it was Jewish people that did it when every sensible person knows that. I mean, Jon Stewart knows what happened to me, and they took it too far. It was like American History X. Like my head was on the side of the curve, and the exact people that I called out kicked my head. We found out that my trainer was a MK Ultra Canadian intelligence.
He worked in the defense research and development in the Canadian military, essentially working on psyops
Who's
in
this
the
guy?
Canadian military. This is Harley Pasternak.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, look, they tried to medicate me. I was exhausted. They wrongly diagnosed me, and they when I asked them how much lithium did you want to put me on exactly, it took them 4 days to answer because they were embarrassed about the amount, right? And I refused to take this, right? You understand that if I had taken the medication, I would not be here, and it would have been, he was deeply troubled. We miss him. We love his music, though.
Well, they would have Britney Spears you. I mean, look at
They would have Michael Jackson.
or worse, yeah. So look, I guess what they did.
Yeah. It's all coming out. That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful, you see. And he ended up storming off that interview. But it was all good. The points was made. Now, notice how he said he had a handler. Or he speaks about handlers, celebrities with people around them. And how they got how they got handlers, these people who follow the celebrities around, and their job is to tell the celebrities what to do next, what to say next, where to be next. The life of a celebrity is not a free person's life. Fast forward to my dream. In my dream I just had about an hour ago, it was with this guy on the right. For those who don't know, these are two battle rappers, amongst many smack battle rappers, URL, so forth and so on. Doesn't really matter. The guy on the right calls himself JC, right? And he always using, they always using JC like Jesus Christ references. Anyway, the guy on the left, I'm a say, well, I got this person in the pic too. But the guy on the left, Sue Surf, he just got indicted in a RICO charge, which is showing you they coming down on you rappers. You think that the rest of these battle rappers, or you think that they ain't sending signs by letting y'all know, like, look, we coming down. We running down on y'all. All right, if y'all don't keep with the program and the operation, we going to run down on y'all. We got the charges against y'all. We know y'all and y'all people, y'all families, everybody y'all associated with is a part of some, some unlawful activities, and we gonna come down to y'all, or we gonna give y'all options. Either way. So Sue Surf on the left, he actually got indicted on a RICO charge. That's actual happened, right? That's facts, right? Dude on the right, JC. Now he's in my dream, right? Just woke up from it, and the dream start off. It's just a video that he making with his dad, but he's in a hospital. It looked like he was, overcoming some illness, but he's, just wrapping up at the hospital making a video, for clout, whatever it is. So I'm watching as if I'm watching it on a video first, but then the Lord kind of transformed me into the room. So I'm looking at it at first like I'm looking at it through a phone, just clicking and playing and watching the video. But then the Lord just transformed me into the room, so it becomes even more real. On the video, he's talking about, thanks for all the people, these times we in, and a lot of people don't know what's going on, and this, that. Like, he's sounding like he's alluding to, that talk what we call secret disciple talk. A secret disciple is somebody who would come around the Lord like Nicodemus and sneak around him at nighttime, because in the daytime they couldn't let their handlers, not, not specifically necessarily, but they couldn't let the people who were in charge of their careers or their lives know that they secretly wanted to learn from the Lord, so they had to do it at night. That's the whole, Nicodemus is like the key person that comes to mind when we talk about secret discipleship. You learning secretly from your real teachers, but in all actual, but in the daytime, you learning from, you don't even know who these guys are. You denouncing the faith, so to speak. You're not claiming openly you're Hebrew Israelite, whatever. But so the JC just talking, this guy right here, he just talking, a lot of things is happening and people fake and this, that, and the third, and the real people gonna wake up and, see what's going on. It's that type of speech. So it's like that secret discipleship, because we know how we sound when we speak. We don't worry about we don't have no handlers. We're not codifying it when we're out on the street, We're pretty much saying it how it is and saying who our power is, and how you get salvation, and what's going to happen to Esau, Edom, and who the devil is. We going all into it. We're not holding back. And we bringing out them scriptures. And at the end of the video is when it got interesting. At the end of the video, I didn't think he was going to do it, but he did it. He said, and I just want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. So he says the name of the Father, the Son, and the Spirit, right? Now, earlier in that dream, I was like caught up in like some type of hospital situation. So I see how it transferred over to this nigga. But, it was like a lot of chaos. I think earlier in the dream, I was with Kanye's daughter. Like, I was around her while she was in school. Like, I was just watching them being in school. Even early in the dream, now that I'm remembering, I was just, it was like nighttime. It was like some nightlife stuff going on, just walking around the city at night, or just observing, just enjoying myself, kind of like alone, just kind of like, drinking and hanging out and meeting people and whatever. So it was like one of them long dreams and eventful, like a lot of things happening. And I remember being like, I don't know, like feeling outcasted, just walking around the city, just not really having nowhere to go. I think at one point people was like telling me to leave their store and everything. It must have been Manhattan, because it had that feel. And yeah, like I remember following a few people up some steps, and this guy came around. This Edomite came around and said something. This Edomite came around. It's a spirit. And he had, he like walked up to me, like I said, in my dream, I was alone the whole dream. And I'm just walking around. There's people all around though. I'm just interacting like a real play, like a video game, like Grand Theft or something. And this dude, it had a real Grand Theft feel to it. And this dude came up and said, something about me, whatever. And I noticed that he was trying to kill me. He was trying to kill me, but he was being so discreet. I mean, he was being so, like I caught him. Like somehow, some way I caught him. Like he was trying to either rob me or kill me. He was an Edomite too. But I peeped the game and I caught him. And instead now, while he was like trying to walk away, because he felt the energy change and he knew I was on to him, so he kind of like tried to walk away all simple, whatever, ask some questions. And there was people around too. There was two Jakes around standing. And when he started walking away, and Jakes was like kind of like watching, and I had a wrench in my hand. And now I'm walking behind him with the wrench. Like I'm about to off this guy. And then I think we walked up some steps. Now they following me. They're like, what's going on? And the dream just transferred over now with, we followed them upstairs. Like nothing happened, but after that, but like the tables had turned on that Edomite dude. That's about it. But then, you know, transferred over to the Kanye's daughter situation. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to ramble on. You know, I was just watching her because I know that's like a high education. She was super smart, you know, because she got this like elite education. So, but she was getting all A's and the rest of the girls was getting like D's or whatever. And I'll say this, man. I'll say this, like, you know, what I interpret it as, even if this is a psyop with Kanye, which it definitely could be, what I interpret it as, when you turn them back towards the Lord, everything around you becomes better. It magnifies your strength. It magnifies your mind frame. It magnifies your faith, because grace abounds and those gifts abounds and those rewards abounds. The Lord rewards you for turning back to him. And he does it through your children, because she had like Kanye's daughter. I'm like, I could see the grades, because during the dream, she like knew me. You know what I'm saying? She was familiar with me. Yeah. It was wild. I had a dream about Bart Simpson was in the dream. It's all kind of crazy. There's a movie at one point in time. But fast forward back to this the situation with JC, man. Now JC, this guy on the right, like I said, he was making a video. His dad was sitting next to him. In typical fashion, talking to the camera, whatever. Then I transformed into the room. And then at the end of the video, about 2 minutes after, he was just talking, rambling. He said, and all praises to, like he stumbled over it first, but then he said it all the way. All praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Right? And I was like, yo, that's what's up. That's ill. But then it's like as if, because I'm in the room now, and the Lord pointed me in a different direction, and all of a sudden I'm facing behind and looking up. And here's the point: I'm in the room, but I'm facing the other direction, like the direction they're facing. And I look up, and I see chairs it's like a balcony in the hospital. There's a balcony. There's people at the top of this balcony in chairs, just kind of like sitting there watching. I think one of them had a cigar. They're just sitting there watching, monitoring this activity. And the Lord kind of had that spin around thing happen to let me see this is their handlers. This is their Harley Pasternaks. This is their agent provocateur. This is their handlers. This is their psyop. This is a psyop. This is a psyop being ran. After a while, my brain kind of, and it wasn't even a hospital no more. It was a stage. It was like a set stage. I don't know how to put it, like a sound stage. Like, you know how they record TV shows on sound stages? It's not really a house, it's a stage. Each room is on a sound stage. It's made to look like it's for TV, but it was a whole production. And they turn around and they just like, and I just looked up and I saw all of them people up there. And I noticed, okay, as I put two and two together, this is a psyop. They told this dude for whatever reason to do it. And I believe the reason is, you know, just like I got the picture with the Sue Surf on the left, they're starting to crack down on these guys. Your average everyday influencers, or these influencers, or they got you in a bag. They recognize that y'all doing something illegal, something whatever, because that's what hip hop and black culture is. A lot of it revolves around illegal activity. Y'all not entrepreneurs and businessmen. Y'all can't have these millions of dollars without owning banks and running industry. Y'all are doing illegal shit. And so it must have been that they had this dude also in a bind, right? He was in the hospital. So they making him seem like they turning back to the Lord. But that's a part of the production so that they can influence whoever they need to turn away from the righteous men of the Lord, man. I'm telling you, man, call on for these dreams, especially the interpretations of them. And nothing like an interpreted dream. This is in the NLT Genesis 40:5, dealing with Pharaoh's cupbearers and bakers, and their dream and the revelation of it, and how these dreams is so much significant in these days, man. In these days, so significant. Genesis 45. While they were in prison, Pharaoh's cupbearer and baker each had a dream one night, and each dream had its own meaning. You see, dreams, man. The Lord bestowing on men dreams with meaning. With meaning. And the Lord allowed me to remember like all type of events in this dream. That's beautiful. It says, when Joseph saw them the next morning, he noticed that they both looked upset. Why do you look so worried today? He asked them. They replied, we both had dreams last night, but no one can tell us what they mean. So even if you don't understand the interpretation of your dream, you should ask brothers. You should share it on the WhatsApp. You really should. It might be a brother that can interpret that for you. Like, I put up a video yesterday about the brother Lamaji interpreting my dream from the other night. It says, we both had dreams last night, but no one can tell us what they mean. Interpreting dreams is God's business, Joseph replied. See that? Interpreting dreams is God's business. That's dope. Go ahead and tell me your dreams. So he said, look, tell me your dreams. This is what God do. This is what the Lord do. This is what Yahweh do. So tell me your dreams, because the Lord will work through me to interpret it. That's the time we in, brothers. The scriptures say in Amos or in Joel, men shall dream dreams. Old men shall dream dreams. Young men shall see visions. Verse 9, so the chief cupbearer told Joseph his first dream first. In my dream, he said, I saw a grapevine in front of me. The vine had 3 branches that began to bud and blossom, and soon it produced clusters of ripe grapes. I was holding Pharaoh's wine cup in my hand, so I took a cluster of grapes and squeezed the juice into the cup. Then I placed the cup in Pharaoh's hand. This is what the dream means, Joseph said. The 3 branches represent 3 days. I mean, the Lord gave him the understanding quick. And that's how it is with brothers, man. That's how it is in these end times, man. It says within 3 days, Pharaoh will lift you up and restore you to your position as chief cupbearer. 16, when the chief baker saw that Joseph had given the first dream such a positive interpretation, he said to Joseph, I had a dream too. In my dream, there were 3 baskets of white pastries stacked on my head. The top basket contained all types of pastries for Pharaoh, but the birds came and ate them from the basket on my head. This is what the dream means, Joseph told him. The 3 baskets also represent 3 days. 3 days from now, Pharaoh will lift you up and impale your body on a pole. Then birds will come and peck away at your flesh. And so the realness of the dreams is the interpretation. That's the realness. That's what you need to know. You see, the first man's dream was great. He about to be put back onto the pedestal, right? He's going to be restored in his position. But the baker's dream, Pharaoh's going to lift him up and impale his body on a pole. And so, ultimately, man, a lot of our dreams are going to be destructive, because that's the times we headed towards. That's the time we in. World War III is on the rise. You can see it, man. Thousands, tens of thousands of bodies has already dropped over there in Ukraine and Russia war. Tens of thousands and the hundreds of thousands even. So, prepare ourselves for, temptation when you come into this world, but understand that there's going to be a physical war. World War III is on the surmise, man. So don't get too caught up, too lost in this hip hop and this black culture. Don't get too caught up, entertainment. Just understand, when all of that entertainment is gone, when your phones cut out and die, and you can't, no one's uploading videos no more because YouTube shut it down, or they took us off and caught us off in these camps, or they just shut our power down, because we ain't take a mark. Just understand that it's going to be you and whatever you gain from having His word. Whatever oil you have with you, that's as much as you're going to be able to take. I brought this out of this video. Is that a fine? Until next time, Shalom.